Are we on? Yeah, we on. Welcome back to another episode of the Hoodie and the Headband podcast show. It's your boy Bryce. I'm joined by no other than my brother
Tariq.
Tariq. New week, new episode. How you feeling, my boy?
Feeling good, man. The weather
It's
is nice out
March.
here.
I don't know why I yelled at like that, but actually, I do know why I yelled
Um,
at like that. Because it's March.
okay. The weather is nice out. I put shorts on today and walked outside for the first time in probably like 4 or 5 months. So
It was nice enough for
it's
you
always
to
a
have
good
on
day.
shorts.
Exactly. Oh, for sure.
Well,
Hold
no,
on. Why you
you
say it
wear
like that for?
shorts. You wear shorts. You don't wear sneakers.
I'm
That's
not
what it
saying
is.
why you
You
say
wear
it like that.
Crocs. You don't wear jeans. That's what it
I've been
is. You
wearing
don't wear
sneakers.
jeans and you
I'm
don't
wearing
wear
sneakers right
Crocs.
now.
Are you wearing sneakers
Definitely.
right now in the house?
Come on now. Relax. I haven't taken my shoes off since I got in the house.
Got
But
it.
that ain't really none of your business, though. Just saying. But
What
I've
was you
been
saying?
wearing shoes more often because after I hurt my ankle, I don't really trust it. So I wear tennis shoes or I wear Sabrina's now. Um, it's hoodies, shorts or sweats, and then Sabrina's. That's the
Got
that's
it.
the uh that's
That's the
the
uniform. That's
daily
the
fit,
attire.
daily fits. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good. Been a good week so far. It's been nice out the last 2 days. Hopefully we're finally breaking that weather. We got a good week of weather 2 weeks ago, and then last week was like stupid windy, like
Yeah.
tornado weather. And now this
Yeah.
week it's warm
Same
again.
here.
So hopefully we stay with the warm. Um, and yeah, man. Like he said, it's March, so we're getting closer and closer to that time
Yes,
that we
sir.
all love. And at my job, they got us doing these little March Madness brackets.
Uh
Whoever got
oh.
the best bracket, they school get a party of some sort. I
Uh oh.
said, my kid's about to be partying then because
Uh oh.
I'm picking the women's side and ain't no way I lose that. I'll
No.
crash out for real if I lose. One of my coworkers like, oh, I gotta ask Tariq. And they was like, no, that's our rivals. You can't ask him.
Yeah,
They
sweet.
was
I
like,
ain't.
no. Like I said, yeah,
I say
it's
you was
it's
like,
not
I ain't ask me what. You about to say, no. Anybody ask me nothing.
right. I
That
might
would
I
have been
might
the
have to
time you
block them
should have
on
done.
IG so they don't got no chance of coming in here and watching this.
No, we need
Get no
views. We need
ideas.
views. We need views.
I
We
want to
need
win.
viewership.
How about that? I want to win.
Bro, so you won't win.
They didn't get the views in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks is crazy.
Yeah, because the bracket go up. The brackets go out next week. So
Yeah.
once the brackets are ending closed, they can whenever they can watch whenever they want. But how about you, bro?
I'm good, man. I cannot complain. It's another good week. Weather's good down here as well. Starting to warm up. Um, vibes is just immaculate or beginning to become immaculate. So sat out on the porch today. I forgot how much I love sitting out on the porch.
You say that every time you go and sit out on the porch, bro.
I love it,
You an old
bro.
head.
I'll be that.
You an old head, y'all.
I'll be that. I love my peace. You know, my little speaker. Like I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that guy on the block, sitting out on the porch, watching the kids ride their bikes while I'm chilling.
Just watch some random children ride their bikes.
I'm man. You see how you take things and twist it, bro?
There you go. What?
Take my words and twist it. All right, to be specific here. Dang man,
Wow, already.
this man Tariq, the police, man.
The what?
For the word police. Forget a grammar cop, bro. You the word warden, all right? The pronunciation principle.
Oh, now he know alliteration officer.
Oh, come on, now I got a degree. Don't do that. A degree
Just
in
because you got a degree don't
communication.
mean you know what alliteration is.
A
That
degree
means
in
you can talk.
a,
That means you can
come,
talk, not
okay.
understand.
No, what's a form of communication? You got written communication, right?
Yeah, but that
Literacy.
doesn't mean you can understand.
Literacy.
That's not what that means.
Literacy.
No.
Yeah. Literacy is
You
part of
can read a book
communication.
and not understand it.
Okay.
You can write something down and not know what you're writing.
Okay. Who says I can't understand, or I don't understand the things I read or write.
I didn't say you didn't. I'm just saying I'm not saying you do either.
But I was saying
All
that
I
I
said
am.
was that boy know alliteration. All of a sudden, I ain't never heard you use alliteration. So
All right, dictionary dictator.
it's a lot of never mind.
You I said something crazy. Anyways, um, got a lot of good basketball to talk about, man. Got some hardware to hand out with the conference tournaments this past week. Um, and conference tournaments still going on. The mid-major conferences are having their conference tournaments as we talk. So those last
Say one
bids
answer
are
too.
going to get decided by the end of this week. Headed into selection Sunday. Shout out to the College Charleston Cougars. They're the second seed in the Women's Collegiate Athletic Association Conference.
Sheesh.
I know. I was like looking. I
What
was like,
even
when the
is that?
CSC play, I look. They got a double bye set. Oh, look at y'all! Look at y'all! Proud of them. We got the player of the year too on our squad. Let me find her name because we gotta give that praise.
He told us we got a player of the year, and I can't remember what the name is. Can't be me and my alma mater.
Yeah, I got a player of the year at your school.
If we did, I know it.
Okay, let's see. All right,
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
post is right here. And she all defensive. Oh, she's all defensive team. Player of the year, all first team, all CAA defensive team. Getting it on both ends of the court. Shout out to Taran Bobbitt. I
I
hope I
knew
said
you
it
was gonna
correctly.
struggle with the
I
name,
hope
bro.
I
You
said that
crazy.
correctly.
You
I
are crazy, bro.
hope I said that correctly. If not, please let me know.
I
But
knew you was gonna struggle with it, bro. You are crazy. I was like, why he didn't start out with the name? He said the accolades, then was like, shout out to that's crazy.
reclocking
Talking
my
about giving
tea, man.
flowers to kiddies. What'd you just say?
I said reclocking my tea. You ever heard anybody say that?
Yeah, women.
You got like that's the first thing either of us has said that a woman say.
You ever heard me say that phrase?
Not clock that tea, but if I can go back in the film, look it up. Not the thumbs up.
No, put your damn thumb
Not
down.
the thumbs up, but
Put your
no.
damn thumb down. What you heard me say?
I forgot you referenced Natalie Nunn on the show one day. Matter of fact, I think it might have
That
been
was
2 days.
you.
No, no. You referenced Natalie Nunn, and you said something about how your mom. You only know of it because your mom watched that show or something like that.
Okay, but I didn't say what she says.
I thought you did say what she says.
No, I said she used to do this or she used to say this. I didn't say it the way that she did.
Oh, okay. Well, I was saying clock that tea like I say. I'm not saying like the woman said.
Only women say that, bro. We're not doing that, bro.
I can't say clock that tea.
No.
All right.
Why are you talking about tea as a grown man? Unless you
You don't
drinking it.
drink tea?
I said unless you drinking it.
Okay. Okay.
You know I drink tea. Don't play with me.
Anyways,
You
man,
drink
let's
tea.
get
You don't clock it. What are you talking about? What does that even mean?
you steep and you brew it.
I said, what does that even mean?
That means you calling out the nonsense, the BS, the whatever, calling it out.
Yeah, yeah, you can keep that. Keep that in the vault. Far, far away.
All right. I will not say clock that tea on the show again. If that makes you satisfied, sir.
Whoa.
Anyways, moving on. Shout out to CFC. The men's lost. They lost in the conference tournament last night. 1 point game. They lost to UNCW. It's always UNCW.
I'm gonna say
But
I feel like it's
they're
always
about to
them.
be three. They're about to three-peat, man. They went because who was picked to come out of that bracket? I forgot who, but whoever it was, they lost early. I think it was Delaware. Yeah, Delaware lost. So, anyways, enough CAA talk. Let's talk NCAA talk. NCAA talk. All right. Had some conference tournaments this past weekend. Some championships were crowned this past weekend. Um, hold on. My mind just keeps going, wandering places. Before we start up with that talk, it was announced that we got the battle of the SCs. You see who the real SC is.
What's your answer to that?
I ain't got an answer. They gonna have to play the
No, no,
games.
no, no,
They gonna
no,
have to
no.
play the
Stand on
games.
business.
They
Stand
gonna
on
have to
business.
play the games.
Stand on business.
They
No,
gonna
stand
have
on
to play
business.
the games.
Stand on business.
They gonna have to play the
You know,
games.
you ain't a real South Carolinian if you're not saying South Carolina, and you ain't no
They
real
gonna
Juju
have to
fan if
play
you're
the
not saying
games.
Southern California. So pick one.
So I'm not real then.
Nope. Juju or South Carolina? Which one?
I'm
Pick one.
not real then.
Pick a
I'm an
side.
anomaly.
Pick a
I am
side.
AI. Okay. If that's the case, I'm AI. Not the
Boo.
answer.
Boo. Boo. Boo that man. Boo this man.
Boo me.
That man stinks.
Boo me. We could talk through it. We could talk about
Oh,
it. I'm here to
brother.
talk
This
about
guy
it.
stinks.
I'm here to talk about it, bro. That's
No,
what we come to
you here to give
do.
an answer. Who's the
I
real
can't give
SC?
an answer right now, but I can give an
Yes, you
answer.
can.
All right, I think they're gonna split the games.
Oh my god.
I'm being so serious. I'm being so serious.
Who is the real SC, bruh?
All right, I'll break it down like this, and how I refer to each as such. I call USC USC, and I call SC SC. USC as in the University of Southern California, and SC as in South Carolina. Now, there's been about a bunch of debate, debacle, all that other stuff about how I think the argument whenever this first came about, whenever South Carolina changed from USC to U of SC, that SC like this the university was a university before California was state. I could be wrong.
Is that a fact?
That's why I said I could be wrong.
Let's look it up.
Hey,
Mister, I got a degree.
Google's our friend. Hey, my degree in communications, not history, all right?
I knew you was gonna say that.
But I mean, growing up, I always said USC, but I always had to differentiate what USC I was talking about because I was a fan of the USC Trojans back in the day with
All right,
Matt Lionheart and Reggie Bush.
Hold this date, September 9th, 1850.
1850. All right. 1850, y'all. 1850.
University of South Carolina was founded on December 19, 1801.
1801.
So 1801 does come before 1850. That is
Yep.
when 1850 is when California became a state.
Alrighty
1801 is
then.
when South Carolina was
Alrighty then.
founded.
I think that settles one part of the argument. But if we want to talk sports, I would say the more historically known USC has been Southern California.
Oh, all right.
I mean, look, on the front
So you
of
saying Southern California is the real SC?
if we talking sports, I don't want to call them SC. I call them
teams.
Listen, we talking sports. I'm calling USC. I'm calling Southern California. That's what I'm calling USC. That's who I'm referring to when I say USC. If we're talking about South Carolina, I'm gonna say SC. You know, even though it was USC, they had branding USC. I used to have a USC hat before. It was just the S and the C. There used to be a U in there. Now, that was like early thousands with it, but I'm saying as of today, or
Early
if you look at
thousands.
yeah, if you're looking at it on a sports spectrum or on a sports lens, football, they're up there. They got the legends, you know. Of course, you got Reggie Bush, Marcus Allen, real controversial running back. However you feel about him. You got Carson Palmer, you got Matt Lionheart, you got Mark Sanchez, Juju. I'm sorry. You got Juju Smith-Schuster. No.
all the names you could have chose. You said Troy Polamalu?
I did not say Troy Polamalu. I did not say Troy Polamalu. I'm sorry. Troy Polamalu. That's just on the football front. Basketball, you got
Su'a Cravens. No, I'm just kidding.
Basketball, obviously, you got what's my guy name? I wasn't even thinking about basketball. Woo. Basketball. You got I'll be remiss if I don't mention Sherrod Miller first. All right. Sherrod Miller, Lisa Leslie, Tina Thompson. Who else you got? You got Monica Wright.
Wow, bro.
You got Quincy, loving basketball. You got Nick Young. You got.
I knew you was gonna say that dude name, bro.
Nick Young is credible alumni, is he not? He made it to the league.
If that's who you bringing up for their hoop, they might be losing the conversation.
DeMar DeRozan.
I'm about to say you ain't say DeMar yet.
I was getting to DeMar.
Romeo.
That's what I was gonna say next.
I knew it, bro.
I was gonna say
too well, bro. I did this dude too well.
You've known me for 11 years, bro, or 12 coming up now. But
you say Amani McGee Stafford?
No, I did not.
Did I say Amani? That's her mom. That's the sister. Pamela McGee.
Oh, Pamela McGee went there.
Yes.
Shout out to Pamela McGee.
I don't know if Amani went
My
there.
dad met Pamela McGee before.
That's tough.
Yeah, he tells me that all the time.
She went
as
to
well as a lot of other things.
I said she went to Texas.
Trying to think of who else is USC
alum. I don't remember playing for California or for
Bronny James. USC alum.
Played like 7 games.
USC alum. But hey, shout out to Juju though. Like the Juju. Like if I'm saying Juju and saying USC, we talking about Juju Watkins.
It's only one now.
We can give a damn about that TikTok dancing wide receiver.
Oh. You say that like you didn't just say his name, like he was.
I did bring up his name. We talking football, but when I say Juju, I ain't the Juju I'm talking about. So I forgot to mention Caleb Williams. He was tough at USC.
Ross St. Brown, Drake London.
That's my guy. That's my guy too.
Clearly, it's not because you didn't say their names. Marquise Lee, Matt Barkley. Yeah.
I forgot about Matt Barkley. Yo, that's a name.
Some names right there. Lindell White?
Lindell White, yeah. He was on that team with whatchamacallit. He's on that squad with Reggie and them. Yeah. And I'm glad they gave Reggie back his Heisman. But yeah, that's USC in my opinion. But shout out to South Carolina.
All that
home state.
You could have just said from the start. They the real SC.
No, they're the real USC. You have USC and you have SC.
I mean, you could say it's just SC with Southern Cal, too.
Yeah, you can. But I'm talking about how my mind works. So SC.
When you're at SC, you don't even think about Southern California. They ain't even.
When I say SC, I say South Carolina. SC is South Carolina.
Oh, you standing on that?
I'm standing on that. Yeah.
Okay.
SC, South Carolina, USC, University of Southern California.
So you said they're gonna split?
I think they're gonna split, and I think they're gonna split in a way that is different than which most people might think they're splitting. Obviously, you got a home game in Staples. Yeah, I'm calling it Staples. I ain't calling it that bogus name. We don't recognize that. That's not your name.
They're playing in crypto?
They're playing in Staples.
Ooh, I mean Staples. I don't know why I said crypto.
They're playing in Staples. All right, Staples. Yeah, I need Staples to buy that back or whatever. But yeah,
you talking about Staples, the store?
That's what it was. Yeah, Staples. Yeah, that's what it was. The Staples Center. Yeah.
You think they really gonna buy it back?
I might write a strongly worded email for them to do so.
You and these strongly worded emails, bro.
That I've never read.
Exactly.
Anyways, playing the Staples for the first one, November 15th. of this year, and then next year they're playing November 15th, which I find to be funny. They're playing on November 5th. November 15th is SC Day, okay?
Ah,
I guess. But
they
they're
bold.
playing in Greenville at Boston Coors. I feel
Oh,
like I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, they're playing in Greenville for
that's
the
interesting.
game here. Yeah,
Is it a bigger arena than CLA?
I would think so.
Let's see.
Going to both, I would say Boston Coors is bigger.
Bonds, Coors,
Yeah, Boston Coors is bigger than CLA
Arena.
or CLA. My fault.
They hold 15,000. About 15,000. South Carolina hold more than that?
No, I've been to both, so I'm thinking like I think South Carolina gym like slightly bigger than CFC gym for real. Now that I think about it.
CLA holds 18,000.
Wait, what?
That's what this says. Colonial Life Arena capacity 18,000.
Compared to Boston Coors,
Boston Coors was 15,000.
then why the game is in Boston Coors?
That's a great question. Because if they're still playing in LA for if you're playing in Staples. Well, yeah, Staples.
Yeah,
But if you play in Greenville, you're not playing in Columbia. You know, granted, you're still playing in South Carolina,
you're
but
still
you're not
playing in
playing in
South Carolina,
Columbia.
and like Greenville to Columbia is like what, like an hour maybe,
Yeah,
45 to an
something like
hour,
that.
give
Yeah,
or
probably
take.
like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
But that's weird, nah?
that is weird.
Because I mean, I'm assuming that's still considered a home game, but it's not.
I
It's
mean,
not like
yeah, I
an
would I would
actual home and
assume
home.
so. Like I would think home branding would be there. Like they would
I
have
wonder. Let
a
me see if
home
there's a
court.
reason why they did that.
I don't know. Anyways, in 2026, they'll be playing in South Carolina. I think South Carolina wins the first game, and then I think USC wins the second game. That's
Let's
how I can
see.
see this playing out. It's either
I think it
that,
depends on what Kenny Smith
cause
looks like next
see,
year.
I'm trying to think how both teams are looking next year. Ooh,
USC outside of Ray Marshall and Talia and Kiki, they're gonna be the same.
yeah,
And then
but
South
that's like
Carolina
three.
will lose
That's like three
Tahina.
kind of big pieces you missing out.
Yeah, but then South Carolina's
I mean,
losing
but they'll make up
Tahina,
for it. They
Raven,
got
and Bree.
All Americans coming in. Like they got Jazzy Davidson coming in, so she's tough. I don't know rest off top of who they got coming in, but I know they got a couple classes coming in, and with their continued success, I'm pretty sure they'll bring in some more top tier talent. Um,
They
and
might get in their
then
recruiting class too, or
yeah,
transfer portal, not recruiting class. I don't know why I said that like that.
I see. Yeah, and then in terms of South Carolina, let's see, that'll be Malaysia and Tessa's junior season.
And
Um,
I think Chloe's still considered a junior because she came early, right?
I say Chloe did come early and play
She played
second
early.
semester.
Yeah. So let me see if she's still considered a junior or senior. She's
I say, what is she classified as right now?
that's what I'm about to look at. She is a she's classified as a junior.
She's classified as a junior because
Yeah,
she early enrolled.
yeah. Because this is technically her third season. So
Yeah.
she played 18 games her freshman year and played every
Okay.
game
Yeah. She
last
played
year.
18 games. Yeah.
Or she missed a few games last year because of injury, but she
Yeah.
played mostly every game last year. And she
37
played
games
32
last
this
year.
year.
No, not last year. The second year. 32 last year. No, I'm looking at that wrong. I'm tripping. 37 games last
So
year. 32 this year.
Shania Fagan, Bree Hall, Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson's considered a junior as well
Okay, because she
because
got
of
the
her ACL
redshirt
injury.
year. Got it.
Yeah. So Sakima Walker, senior. Tina Papow, senior. Bree Hall, senior. Shania Fagan, senior.
Okay.
So those are the only ones
So
that you have
next year
to.
they'll have,
You still
of
have
course, they'll
Marilyn
have
Dowda if she
Joyce.
doesn't transfer.
Mm-hmm.
You have Joyce, Malaysia, Tessa,
Tessa.
Maddie McDaniel,
Yup.
Adele Tack,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ashton Watkins coming back from injury. Plus the recruits that they bring in.
Should be an interesting two games, to say the least. Um,
Yeah,
This would
USC's been
be their first matchup
really
against
good
each
at
other, unless they
recruiting. I
match
don't
up
shit.
against each other in the tournament. Which,
I need it.
let's see, if they do match up
I need to
against each
see
other in the
Juju
tournament,
versus
it'll be
South
a Final
Carolina.
Four matchup, if
Yeah, because
anything.
they're like
Final
both
Four
be 1 seeds.
or championship game.
They'll like both be 1 seeds.
Yeah, so at the
The one
moment,
seeds will
the
probably
current
be
one seeds,
UCLA,
projected one
USC, Notre
seeds
Dame.
are
I mean, not Notre Dame,
um
South Carolina.
what was I looking at? Yeah, projected one seeds are USC, UCLA, Texas, and SC. Oh, I wrote USC twice. I knew one of them was for South Carolina, one of them was for USC.
So bro lied. Bro out here lying. He said I knew
Getting
it.
myself
I knew
caught
bro
up.
was capping. I knew bro
Getting
was capping.
myself caught up.
He's a capper.
All right, so yeah, they'll meet in whatchamacallit, USC and South Carolina. If they do meet in this tournament, they'll meet in the championship game because they're on opposite sides of the bracket.
Well, never mind then. I don't want that. Sorry.
Shit. Speak for yourself. Oh, you want
That's why I
UConn to
said
win. That's
I.
why.
Come on now, stop playing.
Yeah.
Paige got to get
Anyways,
one.
man, let's get to these conference
We leaving here with
championships,
something.
man. Let's get to these conference tournaments.
We leaving here with
Excuse me.
something.
So we got South Carolina beats Texas for the whatchamacallit, this SEC championship. UCLA got that get back, got that lick back on USC for the Big Ten championship. Their first year in the Big Ten, their first Big 10 championship. So, yeah.
Hey, some players was talking a lot of shit after these games. Breezy was talking shit. He said, who can't guard you? She's talking about Madison Booker. Then Lauren Betts, as the clock was going out, she was thumbs down over at them because Juju was doing this after they won.
Mm-hmm.
And then Heavy Van Lith in the interview was like, yeah, they wasn't trying to let me get the ball, but that's all right. I'm still gonna score.
Listen, I love it, bro. I love it. I love it, bro. No, and then Isaiah James and her interview clips.
I didn't see that.
She's like, they keep thinking I'm flopping. I'm really getting fouled.
Damn, they trying to say I play for LSU.
She was like, they keep thinking I'm flopping. I'm really getting knocked on the ground.
I ain't gonna lie. Some of these players at this college basketball be flopping. I mean, come on, bro. What are we doing?
TCU, they won their conference tournament. UConn won their conference tournament, and Duke wins the ACC tournament. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
my
shut me
fault.
right up.
I ain't even mention the names for the other two. TCU wins the Big 12 tournament, and UConn wins the Big East tournament. Duke wins.
You mean the Big UConn the Big UConn championship?
Yeah.
I think they said we got 17 of those.
17?
I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Damn.
I could be wrong. And you gotta think they was going in the American Conference for a couple of years. So he's being like Tulsa, UCF type shit. We need to go to
I
like
do remember
ACC
that
or
weird
something.
period of UConn in the America
Yeah, they like
conference.
Tulsa, and Memphis.
Yeah, they don't need to let that happen again.
Just nasty.
UConn's a
Just
Big East
cooking
team,
them.
bro. UConn's a Big East
Just
team.
working them.
Anyways,
we work in the Big East too. We need the Big East to step up, or we're going to have to step out.
That's what I was about to say, bro. Like, you mean tell me ain't nobody else trying to recruit, trying to get any competition to beat UConn?
I mean, they are. Creighton has been good for 5 years. They just
Creighton
they don't
has.
have Paige
They're
Bueckers.
normally in the tournament. Yeah, you
Like I
got
said,
those
they got
years
to
where
the Elite
Maddie
Eight
Secrets was at Villanova.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or Lucy Olsen.
Yeah, who was doing her thing
Yeah.
at Iowa.
Yeah, I mean that's really the only two teams.
Okay. What tournament performance stuck out to you though, in terms of these teams that won?
UCLA.
Okay.
They needed that.
They definitely did.
You
bro.
could tell.
If they would have lost to USC again, I would have been nervous. Well, not nervous. I would have been worried. It would. I want
I'd
to say
have been nervous.
worried.
No, I'd have been nervous.
Like panic meter type Like it's not like
Panic.
press the
No,
panic
panic.
button, but it's
No, you
like
press it.
it's like that one meme. It's like can't beat these motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, trick.
But yeah, nah, they I mean, I know USC had UCLA's number for majority of the season. Juju performed well in each three of these games, scoring what 28 plus.
Not this one.
Not this last one.
29-28 game.
She ain't hit 28.
I know 29 is 29, but not on 28 shots game.
Not on 28 shots.
9 of 28 and 29 points, not a game. Yeah.
Listen, Juju gonna
And
let
if you
that thing
take away
fly.
them free throws, it's gonna look nasty.
Juju gonna let it fly. I don't care.
She went 9-10 from the free throw line.
You know how I get. 30 is 30. No, let me stop. I gotta
Well, I'm not
stop.
mad at her shooting a shot.
I
She
gotta
just
stop that. I
wasn't
gotta
making
stop
them.
that. But yeah, no. It was good to see UCLA get their get back on USC though, because I mean, as you said, start to get a little worried about how serious this team is, or just taking this team as a contender. Feel like if they would have lost, I don't think they would have been on one seed. Maybe.
No, they wouldn't have been on one seed if they lost their shirt too.
Yeah,
They'd have been a two.
it's like that last
I
one
don't
seed
know who
might
would
have
have
gone.
moved up
I'm
though,
about to say
because
because Notre Dame lost too.
I guess Texas would have stayed as a one. But I think
mean,
since Texas lost, they probably dropped.
well, no, Texas is still on one as of today, in the latest bracketology done by Charlie Green. Was it
I
Charlie
lied.
Green or
I
Chris
lied.
Green?
I don't know why I said Texas. It's gonna be USC, SC, UCLA, Texas. Yeah, that makes sense. Then UConn, Notre Dame, LSU, are 2 seats, or 3 or 4 2 seats. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Notre Dame
by
was just
Charlie
number
Green.
one like 3 weeks ago.
No, I said those are the one seeds at the moment, according to Charlie Green's bracketology: USC, UCLA, Texas, and USC. South Carolina, UCLA, Texas, and USC. Southern California, that is. Would a real
Those seem like the
SC
right
please
ones.
stand up?
Yeah, I don't know who would have replaced UCLA because Notre Dame lost in the semifinals. LSU lost in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
I guess UConn could have moved up, but strength of schedule probably would have kept them. So UCLA might have stayed one the whole time, to be honest.
I would say yeah, strength for schedule. I mean, but they did beat South Carolina pretty handily. So I mean, you kind of gotta
That's what I'm saying.
that kind of
UCLA's
take
strength of
that kind
schedule
of
would have been. Oh, you talking about UConn? UConn.
UConn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That kind of holds weight in my opinion. You know,
It's the conference. It's the conference that
but it's the
holds UConn
conference
down, though,
though. Yeah,
because you're really only playing. The you're. I mean, Villanova's good, but the only team that can challenge you is Creighton.
yeah,
So they don't really give you any kind of leeway or like any kind of impressiveness when you win night to night. But
mm-hmm.
UCLA has to beat teams like Michigan, Maryland, Ohio State, Iowa, teams like that, and then you still got to play USC's and Indiana's and
Yep.
them kind of teams. Them teams are all them teams are better than the Big East, and then Creighton could probably play with 70 to 80% of them. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think Creighton gets blown out against most of those teams, but
Nah, but
I don't think Creighton beats UCLA. I don't think they beat USC.
no.
I don't think they beat. I mean, like, they could probably beat Maryland or Ohio State, but see, that's why I like the tournament because like we get to just see it instead of
We can
just
see it all play out.
hypotheticals.
Yep. But yeah, no. Shout out to UCLA. Definitely much needed conference championship win here. Much needed win here, honestly, against the rivals. Um, definitely
Yeah, you
need,
can tell they wanted to win that.
yeah,
They
definitely the momentum shift and the energy they need coming off, not coming off, but heading into the tournament for sure.
yeah, I agree. And then obviously they won't see them. I would assume they wouldn't see them to a championship. Maybe they have them set up for a Final Four.
They're on the same side of
So
the
that you
bracket, so
don't see
they'll
them
see
in
them
the.
in the final
I was
four.
gonna say you wouldn't see them. You wouldn't see them playing the championship game, which makes sense because you don't really want two teams from the same conference. But if it plays out the way it plays out that way, because a couple years ago it would have been South Carolina, LSU.
It would have been South
in
Carolina.
the
LSU
championship.
had South Carolina.
South Carolina won, yeah.
I say yes. So South
Um,
Carolina lost to
so
Iowa.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
for UCLA, I think this was a big confidence booster and just them believing and knowing that they can beat a USC if they see them down the line, which is possible, definitely possible. And I think more than anything, they were able to find ways to adjust and get stops on defense, and it looked like USC was not able to adjust.
Mhm.
Um, and then once Juju couldn't get her shot to go, it was like, what's the next answer? And I don't know why Kaylee Heckle not playing, but I don't like that shit at all. Not gonna hold you. No disrespect to Malia Samuels, she's played well, but Kaylee Heckle is a really good basketball player, and to keep her on the
Yeah.
bench and not get she played 0 minutes, I don't know about that one, and that's it's kind of mind boggling to me. I would love to know the thought process behind that. I'm sure no one will ask, or and if they did, they would give a very vague answer.
Hmm.
But that's just a very weird. It's a very weird thing to see uh, at this point of the season. But
Yeah.
for UCLA, they can take this, they can take that performance and carry it into the tournament. They've seen Kiki Rice step up. They've seen London Jones step up. They've seen Tamia Gardner make some shots. Janiyah Barker made big time plays. Gabby Jaquez does everything that she does. And then their defense. I think their defense is going to be what they can look at and be like, okay, we can do this against any team. It's just going to come down. Can they shoot the ball well enough to beat these other teams?
Yeah, I think that this team has what it takes to win the chip. I mean, we've seen that time of the time. They've kept this group around for the last couple of seasons. Just a matter of execution and be continuing to be dominant. They have the necessary pieces, like you mentioned. They do have Lauren Betts, who's a no, you haven't mentioned Lauren Betts yet, but you have Lauren Betts, who's a dual threat, uh, paint protector. You got Kiki Rice, who's improved year after year. London Jones, who's pretty good. Gabby Hawkins, whose game I like a lot. She comes in the game. She's high motor. Her and her brother just like they kind of provide the same kind of vibe to the game. Like come in, not necessarily do the I don't want to say do the dirty work, but like do what's needed, make the winning plays. Like
That's definitely Gabby.
ultimate team player. Hawkins
Yeah,
siblings, ultimate team player. You need someone to get it done, do the things that aren't really on the stat sheets, or give you whatever is needed at that given
I would
moment.
love to see numbers on. Sorry, I would love to see numbers on Gabby Hawkins' entry passes
Mm,
versus the rest of the team. Because I'm telling you, she is the only one that is comfortable and confident throwing those entry passes. Everybody
mm-hmm.
else is like, and then they throw it. Gabby be like, and then
Yeah,
she catch it late.
I say I got the
She
tallest player on the court.
catch it.
I
But
got the tallest player on the court most of the
Raven
time.
Johnson said a couple years ago that them being taller makes it more difficult sometimes to throw it to when she was talking about
Like you playing with
how
someone
she
like
was gauging how to throw it to Camilla.
okay. Yeah, I guess because like when you get like a tall, big in women's basketball, they're really kind of like an anomaly for real. Because like a lot of bigs, like how tall is Lauren Best? Like 6'6", 6'7"?
6'7".
Yeah. Cam Brink was another tall one. Um,
She's like
you
6'5".
Camilla, who was pretty
It just
tall.
depends on
You
like
BG, who was
mobility
tall,
when you're
obviously.
throwing somebody the ball like that.
Yeah.
Because if they can't move their feet well, then there's no reason to throw them the ball like that. But Lauren Betts, Kiki,
You got
Ariafen, I
Stewie,
think it's like 6'4". Stewie's like 6'4", and then
Asia
Candace
six
Parker six
four.
four. When
Yeah.
those players can move well, you can make those entry passes. But if it's somebody like, no disrespect, if it's somebody like Sedona Prince, you ain't really trying to just throw it up there because she not as mobile as a Lauren Betts or a Cam Brink. And obviously, there's a different levels of mobility between Lauren Betts and Cam Brink. But I think
Yeah.
Cam Brink or Lauren Betts is a lot more mobile than people realize, and
Mm-hmm.
they always try to get her on switches. That shit don't be working. She had 4 steals and 4 blocks in the championship game. So, um, like you might be able to get her out if you bring her out far enough. You might be able to get around her, but she's really
Yeah,
good at recovering, so she might just block that shit anyway.
yeah.
So, um, yeah, entry passes aren't easy. I would say they aren't easy,
No,
but they ain't that damn hard. Like,
I said you a
especially when
guard. Like
the player's 6'7", bro. Just throw that
you a
shit up there.
guard. That's your job. Get the ball to the big, bro. Like that's something you should
Now
work
don't
on.
pull a
Like
Courtney Vandersloot and throw that shit to the
off the
backboard, but
backboard.
throw it up there.
Throw it off the backboard. Hit the side of the
No,
backboard. Backboard is
no.
not your friend.
Yeah, she had the nerve to come back to Chicago. I'm glad Candace gone because I ain't ready for that shit again. Hell no.
Oh
Got
man.
me,
Anyways, man,
got
shout
me.
out to
Yo,
UCLA. Definitely an
yep.
impressive tournament output. Congratulations on them being Big Ten champions and first year in the Big Ten and winning the championship is great. Shout out to USC as well in the season they've had. Shout out to Juju Watkins and leading the resurgence for this USC program, man. Got a mural in LA, hometown kid, and she made history in this tournament too, becoming the surpassing Caitlin Clark on whatchamacallit, on points up into uh,
Points in their
points
second
at
season, up to
yeah
their second season.
up
But
to this point of the
the
second
crazy part
season.
about that is neither one of them passed Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell's
I would
still
say
number one
Kelsey
on that
Mitchell's
list.
still up there.
They said it
Still number
like
one.
she when she passed Caitlin Clark because she was number one. No,
No,
Kelsey Mitchell's number one.
but she's number two now. Juju's the two for once. Juju's the two for once. She the one not the two, but she two right now. Still got a tournament to go. Still got a March Madness tournament to go. So we'll ultimately see how
That's
far
true.
how many more points she scores and really to
Well, the
see
bet is
where
gonna
this
be over
record
100.
lays. But I said it last year. Kayla's records aren't lasting that long. Juju was already
She's gonna
listen.
have to make a lot of threes
She is, but I
to catch
said
them.
to. I mean, obviously, Caitlin scored a lot more in her junior and her senior seasons, but I said I looked at the numbers for when I made this video. I made this video last year around this time. Um, and when I saw the video, I looked. It was like Juju was already on pace and already surpassed Caitlin's freshman season output.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was like at this point after the conference tournament, heading into the March Madness tournament. So yeah, no. And then hey, she in the Big Ten now too. Some of the Big Ten records gonna be hers.
Yeah, I think I think it depends on how good like Kennedy Smith, Kaylee Heckle, Avery Howe, like how good they become.
Yeah,
Because if they are as good as they can be, that does take shots away from Juju.
that
And
does.
as good as like Kate Martin, Monica Zanano, Hannah Stokey, even what's the girl name? I can't
Gabby,
remember the girl's name that was there
Marshall.
before Kate Martin. Gabby Marshall too.
Yeah.
There was somebody that was there. Sydney Folter, who was there
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
There was a wing that played before Kate, but I can't remember her name. Um, those players were living off of Caitlin.
Yeah.
The Kennedy Smith, Kaylee Heckle, Avery Howe have the ability
They can
to
create for
score on
their
their
own.
own. So it's gonna be a little different
Mm-hmm.
in that standpoint. Like from a creating standpoint, they're more talented than Iowa was around Caitlin.
Yeah.
So she may not have by the time she's a junior and senior, she may not have the ball in her hands as much as Caitlin. You would hope she doesn't, just because that's gonna be a wear and tear on her body by the time she gets to her senior year. Is just like if you're recruiting this much talent every single season, she shouldn't
And
have to
Juju's still
be
putting up 20 shots a game.
all
I
game.
feel like Juju's still gonna get hers though. Like,
No,
like
I'm
she's
not saying
that
she's
kind
not
of
gonna average.
player
She'll probably still average like 25, but it's not gonna be like
at the
she's
rate
getting
she's getting.
30 every
Right.
night. She's not
Yeah.
getting, you know, is there's gonna be nights where she doesn't get 20 shots.
Yeah, because that team
Caitlin
was
was
getting
getting
better.
about 20 shots every night,
Yeah, up to her
and she was
last game.
creating those shots on fast breaks, on transition.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the thing that will help Juju get closer is free throws,
Mm.
because Juju shoots a lot of free throws. So while she may not while she may not make the 3-pointers at the level that she does, the 3-pointers and the free throws combined would catch up to Caitlin's 3-pointers. So it will be interesting to see like the chase. Because to this point, knock on wood, I don't think Juju's missed a college game so far.
I don't think she has either.
And I don't really remember Caitlin missing one either. She might have
No,
missed like 1 or 2 in her career, but I can't
maybe.
remember her ever like not
I
playing.
think they both
So
been relatively healthy.
that's another thing that has to be in her favor is she just has to be healthy. She has to stay healthy for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what a lot of these records come down to is like Paige was on a crazy trajectory and then she got hurt for 2 years.
Paige would have been up there.
So her numbers
Paige
look
would have
different,
been
even
right
though her
up there
numbers
with
are still
Caitlin.
crazy. Because
Yeah.
if you look at her numbers, are still crazy, but
I'll say I think
she
she's
missed
still
so
up
much
there in
time.
terms of UConn's like
Mhm.
scoring records. Yeah, she's just like
Yeah,
definitely I think top
so
10.
health is just as important as skill
Yeah,
in that department. That's why LeBron is at 50,000 points. Come on, because
50,000 points is
he don't
insane.
get hurt. Well, he didn't get hurt when he was in his
He
prime, I
take
should
care
say.
of his body.
Yes, and
Spends a
Juju seems
million
like
plus
somebody
on
that
himself.
does the same thing. So,
Yeah.
um, we obviously wish her nothing but good health. And if she's to break the record, then we get to see that record broken twice in our lifetime. That would be
In our
crazy.
lifetime just crazy.
Well, I guess it'd be more than once in our
Well, I
lifetime
mean, because
because
you got
Mitchell,
Kelsey
then
Mitchell
Kelsey
that
Plum did it.
set the record
Yeah,
for the women's, and then
yeah,
you got the Pete Maravich record, and then now it's the Caitlin Clark record.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, see, I don't know if Drew's getting all the way there. I don't know if she's going to be the leader of all time. I think she can catch
I'm
Kelsey
hoping
Mitchell
she
and
is.
Kelsey
I'm
Plum,
hoping she is.
but
I'm rooting for her to do so.
that's asking a lot, bro. Like, Caitlin was crazy.
Juju
Caitlin
crazy
is crazy.
too.
I don't disagree, but it get like the 3-point outburst, and then she's got to play
I'm about to say,
a certain number
Caitlyn
of
has
March
some
Madness games every year.
crazy.
Caitlin went to Sweet 16, round of 32,
Uh,
Final Four
Final
or
Four.
Final
No,
Four
went
national
to.
championship.
Yeah, yeah,
So you gotta Juju's got to get that. She's got to have that kind of success postseason as well. Like all these things matter. Like Big Ten tournaments, you gotta go off in those. Like, and then you gotta have some outburst games. Obviously, Juju has already had 50 in her career,
Wait,
so that's not like that's
then
not out the question. What's up?
then Iowa go to two national championships, or they just went to one? Okay, they lost to US. I mean, they lost to LSU, and they lost to USC, didn't they? Or they lost to USC in the four.
No, it was a
No,
championship because
no, they
they
lost to
beat
the
UConn in the Final
championship.
Four. Yeah, they went twice. They
Yeah,
went
they went
twice.
to two championships and lost both.
So they went Sweet 16 her freshman year. They
Uh
played
huh.
UConn, lost. Round of 32, they lost to Creighton her sophomore year.
Yeah,
Junior year, they went and played LSU. So,
yeah.
senior year, they went and
Senior
played
year they
South Carolina.
played and lost South
So
Carolina.
2 national championship appearances, a Sweet 16, round of 32.
Yeah,
Juju in her first season went Elite Eight. So
yeah.
if she can,
She's in
if she
elite
can
company.
continue to bounce off of that, then she's definitely got a chance. I'm not saying she don't got a chance. That's just a heavy feat to try to catch.
No,
And
I
people
get
put
that.
that on her, but like in her freshman season, it's like, oh yeah, she catching that for sure. And it's like, bro, a lot of things got to go the right way for her to catch that. But
I think it
if
could
it
happen.
happens, that'd be
I
crazy.
think it could happen. I'm pulling for it to happen. I mean, I'm pulling for Juju regardless. That's one of my favorite players in the nation, if not my favorite player in the nation at the moment. But yeah, nah, shout out to Juju, man. So inspirational.
What you say it like that? It's so inspirational.
Anyways, man. Moving on. The team that I think had the most impressive performance in the conference tournament to me would be Duke. Uh,
I knew you was gonna
based
say that.
on the route though, based on the route that they had to get there, bro. They beat. Let's see. Let me go back to this
Louisville.
again to confirm my point. So yeah.
Louisville, Notre Dame, NC State.
So yeah, they beat Louisville in a I want to say lopsided victory. Let's see, that's what 13 points in a 13-point game. Um, then they beat Notre Dame, which I was a little shocked by, and
Yeah.
then ultimately handling business against NC State, a tough NC State team who we've seen beat Notre Dame this season, who's been in the running for a top team in the ACC a couple times, um, who we've seen make a deep run. This the core group is still there. Um, Most of the team that was on the team last year when they made their Final Four run was there.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a tough team. But no, just great to see Duke um attain this feat. First ACC championship under Kara Lawson. So shout out to her in the Kara era. I love what she's done with this program since day one, and they've gradually gotten better and better. Um, Players that I've seen just been tremendous and been great during. I mean, great for them. Shout out to Reagan Richardson, and I know I'm about to mess this up. uh, Uluchi Okinawa.
Lucci Economo.
Oluchi Okonwa. I think I put an
Okay.
extra A in there.
You said Okinawa, like Japan.
O. It's OkanawA.
Yeah, but one of those is silent.
Okay, so that's like that middle one is silent.
Yeah.
All right, Uluchi Okonwa.
Okonwana.
Okonwa.
Yeah.
Pronunciation. Pronunciation with Bryson Tariq. Pronunciation patrol.
Oh man. I had a feeling when Bailey sent in the chat, I was like, oh, I can't wait to Bryce try to say this.
Oh man, shout out to Bailey, friend of the show. Um, what you call it? But no, shout out to Duke though, man. Like team is tough. I think I, they put the D in defense.
What?
I was just sitting here thinking about Duke. I just thought to say something smooth, funny, whatever.
That's not small.
Something to keep the listeners going, keep the listeners intrigued. But shout out to Duke though. It's like their motor. It's like they were hungry in the sermon. Like you could see it. They got after it defensively. Um,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, they definitely surprised me. I was a little disappointed that Notre Dame had lost because I wanted to see the Notre Dame NC State rematch from their
definitely.
double overtime game from a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
Um, but Duke proved me wrong. Um, I'm always skeptical of teams that have really good defenses but struggle on offense. This time of year, they're either really good or they tend to struggle. Duke is always somewhere in the middle. Like they succeed until they get to a certain point, and then they're not able to get past those teams that have a better offense. Last year, I think they played UConn, and that's where they ended their season. So um, I'm just I definitely want to give them their props and their just due because they played really well. Um, but this is why you never know what's going to happen in March because
hmm
NC State beats Notre Dame, a Duke beats Notre Dame, but then a Notre Dame, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Shout out to Duke. Like Ashlyn Jackson was great.
yes, another
Lucia
one.
Conlon was great.
Action Jackson.
Um, even Jordan Wood, she played 5 minutes, or she played 3 minutes, had 5 points. Um, just big moments like that. Like when you're a team that doesn't excel offensively, that's when you have to rely on players coming in and making timely shots. and they were able to get that from their players. So shout out to Duke. I know Asai James got hurt, so that
Mm-hmm.
put a little bit of a
That was in the second
halt in
half.
Notre Dame's
Not
or
second half, second
NC
quarter.
State's run. Yeah, and then she was able to come back, but it wasn't really the same. Um, I see Gino nephew back. Where did Nike shirt reach? I wore it on International
I'm
Women's
about
Day
to say
when I was
you wore it
coaching.
on the wrestling pod. I
I was gonna
peeped.
say I was wearing it when I was coaching.
I want mine
Um,
too. That I bought by
but
myself. That I didn't have a woman to buy for me.
that's what he doing.
If I ask the question, I'm just providing the answer.
You know what? Say less. I remember that.
Remember it. Call me out when I
He said, "Where is the shirt?" Not how did the shirt become your like. All right, bro. Remember that. Nah,
Oh
remember that.
man.
Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Just letting you know.
Woo!
It's gonna come a time where you don't want something to be said, and it's gonna be said, and you can't say nothing about it. Anywho,
I'm worse than the mayor.
shout out Duke. I wonder where this. Do you know? Did you see? Do you see anything where it says where that will put them proceeding? So I mean,
Oh,
they were ranked, but they were ranked 11, so probably still a 3 seed.
let's see.
I think they're
In the
ranked
latest
11 at least.
bracketology that was put out yes or updated today. Yeah. What today's date? Today's 11. Let's see.
11th.
Yeah, Duke would be a third seed. Duke would be a
Okay,
third
that
seed
makes sense.
hosting in Durham.
A 3-6 matchup potentially, depending on how
Against
they play.
Iowa.
Oh, they got that. Respect.
It'll be a good game though.
It will be a good game, but
Yeah.
their defense should be able to keep them.
I'll say
Now, if that game was at Iowa,
Birmingham
I
Region
would probably
1.
take Iowa.
Yeah,
Birmingham
because Iowa
Region
got a
1.
good crowd. But yeah, they're to bracketology at the moment got them Birmingham Region 1 in the same bracket as South Carolina. Alabama's in this bracket, Ohio State's in this bracket, Iowa, um, TCU, Vandy. Ooh,
And South
Indiana.
Carolina getting to the Final Four. Ain't
Oh
nobody
yeah,
on
for
that
sure.
side stopping them.
Nah.
Is UConn on the other side of Birmingham?
Yeah. They're 2 seed on the other side. Texas is the 1 seed. Got Maryland at the
Ooh,
5, North Carolina at the 4,
TCU is the
Kentucky
2
at the
seed on the
3.
other side.
TCU would be the 2 seed on
Okay.
Birmingham Region 1.
Birmingham 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, South Carolina. South Carolina doesn't like that draw.
Yeah, I don't think TCU got enough for South Carolina, in my opinion.
South Carolina or UConn and Texas would be a good one.
UConn
Like
Texas would be
literally
good.
defense versus offense.
Trying to think what other match would be good. UConn and Kentucky before that would be good too, though.
Page versus
Versus
Georgia
Georgia.
Amore.
That Georgia Amore clip is so cold.
Oh my gosh. That first of all, the spacing on that, there was a player right next to her when she shot it.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, I'm gonna have my daughter playing like this when I have a kid. All right, bro.
All you saw
If
was
you want your player to be inefficient, go ahead.
oh, let's go. The Pacers beat the Bucks.
Why are you cheering for that?
Because I hate the Bucks.
Why?
It was on the Bucks.
Bro, let it go.
I like my
Neither one of
dog.
them even play for your team no more.
Neither one of who.
Kyrie or KD.
I don't care. They hate us
Let it
forever.
go, bro. It's
They
over.
hate us forever.
Yeah, that's crazy. Considering you go to church every Sunday, saying the hate is forever is crazy. He hurts you. And he gonna go right in there on Sunday and be
I
like,
know he isn't.
yeah, that's
Listen,
crazy.
that's why he prayed. Hey, that's why he died for my sins.
Nasty
Because he
word.
knew I wasn't perfect.
Nasty word.
He died for yours too.
I didn't say he did. I'm saying.
I'm letting you know.
I don't be in there every Sunday like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do better. And then come out here
I
and say
don't
I
be
hate
saying
people.
that. That's the thing. I don't be saying that.
You don't tell them you gonna do better?
Well, you know what? Yeah, because that's the whole act of repenting.
Like what the hell you be doing in church then? Just chilling. Yeah, I ain't had nowhere to be this morning, so I just figured I'd come into church today. Yeah, talking about some I don't be doing that. What?
I mean, I repent. I take communion, all that, bro.
Anywho,
Anywho, back to this bracket.
what's the what is the what's the other one? Spokane?
Spokane, yeah, up there in Washington. You got UCLA as the 1 seed, and then you got USC as the other 1 seed. The UCLA bracket features Utah, Tennessee, Baylor, Florida State, LSU. Then they got Florida State going already. Spokane, Lord,
Nasty. Nasty.
go lordy, man.
Nasty.
Bro, you got LSU. Notre Dame is going out there.
Oh, they try. Damn!
Yeah,
They get him LSU and Notre Dame,
yeah.
and fucking South Carolina got TCU. Now,
Got TCU.
why are LSU, which is a South,
South Carolina got
and then
TCU.
Notre Dame,
I
which is
do
a
Iowa, Alabama, Ohio
Midwest,
State, Creighton,
going all the way out west? You
Vanderbilt.
said USC got who? Oh, South Carolina.
South Carolina got them. But yeah, no. UCLA will have
Nasty.
Utah,
Okay.
Tennessee, Baylor, Florida State, LSU, Oklahoma State, Nebraska, and Notre Dame.
That's nasty. And
And
then USC
then
has who?
Spokane 3, you got obviously you got USC, you got Cal, got Ole Miss, Norfolk State, shout out Diamond Jackson or Diamond Johnson.
Dr. Johnson.
Yeah. Kansas State, Michigan State, Oklahoma, Michigan, NC State. Yeah.
Damn, UCLA got hosed. I
It's
mean, they
tough.
could. You
That's a tough bracket right there.
man,
You
look at
got
UCLA compared to
LSU
everybody
and
else's.
Notre Dame, Florida State.
I mean, I think UCLA already beat Florida State this year, so
Yeah.
I ain't really worried about that.
But I mean, just other
But
teams that can
the fact
disrupt
that
you.
Notre Dame and LSU are in the same one when there's another one that's got TCU, and I
Okay, so
don't mean
we
to
will
disrespect the
see Notre
TCU, but
Dame and LSU in like a, let's see.
what's that?
That'll
Sweet.
be
That's
a
a
Sweet
Elite
Six.
Eight.
That'll be Elite Eight matchup. That'll be an Elite Eight matchup. Makes for good. That makes for good basketball.
And that's if Florida healthy. If Florida's healthy, then
That's a major
and
fact.
Anissa too. Anissa got hurt too, so
But yeah, you got
that's two
Baylor,
big injuries.
Tennessee. They'll probably meet up in the second round.
No, I don't know who's Tennessee playing the first round.
Grand Canyon. 5-12 matchup.
Shit, I need to do some research on Grand Canyon because Grand Canyon might win that shit. Tennessee been cheeks lately.
Mm.
I was like, oh, they'll do better. Lost in the first round
I
of the
say you'll
damn
probably
SEC
have
tournament.
Florida State, LSU, and then LSU against Notre Dame to start the be. No, never mind. Damn, Notre Dame, Oklahoma State.
So it's
Oh,
Texas has
LSU,
UConn. You said
LSU
what?
and Notre Dame might be a Sweet 16 matchup actually. If I'm looking at this right. Yeah, yeah. LSU Notre Dame is a Sweet 16 matchup
Yeah,
potentially.
it is. Yeah, it is because UCLA, USC would be the Final Four.
Yeah.
UCLA, Notre Dame would be the Elite Eight. Boy, that's a
Boy, Spokane got a Birmingham. You got Shoot, you
Yeah,
got
Texas,
Kentucky and UConn potential Sweet 16 matchup.
which is cool. South Carolina, I mean, you kind of win that shit.
I said
Respectfully.
Texas got a good. They got a good little region, good part of their bracket. They can get through to get
Shit,
to the eight.
they gotta get to UConn.
They got to get
And
the
you know what
UConn
time
at
it
the
is when
eight,
we get in there. Who
but
would
to get to
Texas
the
play in the
eight,
Sweet 16?
UConn playing the Sweet 16. They would play
Texas,
Kentucky.
Texas. No, who would Texas play in the Sweet
Oh,
16?
who is Texas playing the Sweet 16? Probably Maryland, North Carolina.
Maryland, Texas is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they played this year or not. I don't think they have. I wouldn't want to see North Carolina versus Texas
TCU and
at all.
Vandy.
That
That'd
offense
be a
would be nasty.
fun second round matchup. But you
You
got
said USC versus Vandy?
TCU and Vandy.
Oh, TCU. Ooh,
Yeah.
Caleb Blakes might drop 50. Not Donovan Hunter out there. Never mind. I lied. He might
But
drop 30.
TCU against maybe Duke in the Sweet 16.
That's a good matchup for Duke.
Yeah.
That's a really good match. Duke could get to the Elite Eight.
I think they could.
And then they had to play damn South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Oh my God, bro. They be. Can we be honest?
Hey,
Can we be honest?
be 100%, yo. 150.
How many times have we seen Duke or North Carolina play South Carolina in the damn tournament and they get fucking waxed? Can we stop putting them over there?
Nah, that's a fact. Cause we saw that last year.
They get at least one of them every year.
Yeah. We
Like
saw it
their
last
8
year.
seed, a couple years ago, their 8 seed was North Carolina. They played North Carolina again last year. Like, can we get Duke and North Carolina out they shit, bro? Like, we know what's gonna happen.
Even South Carolina men's beat Duke in the tournament.
Like, can we get that shit out of here, bro? I'm tired of that shit. Come on, man.
Oh man.
Oh my God. And then USF, I think USF played them twice, back-to-back years, I think. USF gotta be sick. Played them in South Carolina both times. I'm like, bro.
Yo.
Y'all must not even show up.
I know they got NCAA as a 16th seed coming out of the Colonial Conference. But
they play in South Carolina.
They'll be playing South Carolina. But if CMC come out and play South Carolina, grand opening, grand close. I'm sorry, I love my school. I swear I do. I swear I love my school, man. But woo,
yeah, that'd be nasty. Bro.
That's just crazy though. Like you imagine, like making it all the way, getting these bids. You know, winning your brackets. Just go for men's too. Winning your bracket. You gotta go against the number 1 overall seed first game.
Well, I feel like you know that when you're depending on what conference you're playing in, and depending on what your record is, I feel like you know that you could be a 16 seed, or a 15 seed. Because sometimes there are
like,
really good teams that win their conference and they end up
to the
being 13.
dance, but it's like, oh, we gotta play the number 1 team.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
And it's like that South Carolina team isn't like the South Carolina team in the past, where it's like you playing against an undefeated team,
shit,
or you playing against a team with Asia Wilson and Alicia Gray on it. But it's still
South Carolina's
crazy.
the top overall seed, so that makes sense that they got TCU there.
Yeah.
Should they be the top overall seed?
South Carolina?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like out of the top 3, out of the 4,
they beat Texas 2-1.
I feel like they had the best ending to the season
twice.
compared to the other 3. They beat Texas.
So if UCLA
won, finally beat
been the number 1.
USC lost to UCLA.
But USC only lost to them once. USC beat a team that South Carolina got waxed by twice. Like, I know the final score doesn't look as bad, but if you go back and watch that game, UCLA was waxing them.
Mm-hmm.
And USC beat them twice. Once at their crib, where South Carolina lost to them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at that, I don't know how they would be the top overall seed. I guess because they beat Texas twice. But Notre Dame also beat Texas.
Notre Dame beat Texas.
Notre Dame also beat UConn. UConn beat South Carolina at their crib. So I feel like South Carolina, like, they're not bad losses because they took the matchups.
Yeah.
But getting smoked at home by a top team is not a good thing. Like if
No.
UCLA got smoked at home by UCLA or Notre Dame came to USC and smoked them,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a different outlook.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just I don't know. It's always kind of wonky to try to put all those things together, but it's like
Yeah. Committees have their decisions and
because Dawn wasn't even sure they was gonna be a 1 seed.
I'm about to say Dawn was stressing before the game. She was like,
So like,
and bro was
how they
just
just
like,
jumped to #1
Coach,
overall,
just focus on the game. No matter the outcome of the game, you guys are a 1 seed.
which was crazy, nah.
Yeah.
Because what if they got smoked by 30?
Well, they would have got someone by 30 to probably the. I don't even say the top one because they it just would have moved them from being the number 1 seed to being like the third 1 seed maybe.
How, gang? They would have lost to the same team twice, just like UCLA did. If UCLA lost to them a third time, they wasn't gonna be a 1 seed.
So the fact that UCLA lost to them twice doesn't do anything though.
Yeah, that's why they're one of the bottom 1 seeds. That's why they're not the
About to
overall
say
1 seed.
they're the second 1 seed. They're spoken to, so they're the second 1 seed.
Because they were undefeated for the longest amount of time this season, and
Mm-hmm.
they only have 2 losses on the entire season. And they're both to the same team, who was
Yeah,
also a #1 seed.
yeah.
But they got that win back on Saturday or
I'm about to
Sunday.
say in UCLA they beat South Carolina, right?
Smoked them.
So UCLA beat South Carolina, Texas beat South Carolina, UCLA,
Yeah, and
U,
UConn beat South Carolina,
UConn beat South Carolina, USC beat UCLA twice,
but lost to Notre Dame and
but lost
beat
to Notre
UConn.
Dame, beat UConn. Texas lost to USC in the championship of the SEC tournament.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But they only lost to South Carolina before that. And then Texas also lost to Texas lost.
They lost to
Who did
LSU.
Texas lose to? No, they
No, it
beat
wasn't
LSU.
LSU.
They beat LSU in South Carolina
What's
like
Texas lose to then?
2 weeks apart.
Oh, Texas lost to
And
Alabama, right? Or was that Tennessee that lost to Alabama?
Texas? No,
I
that
know
was
Alabama
LSU I want
women's
to say.
beat somebody.
Texas has 3 losses. They lost to I want to say they lost to Notre Dame early in the season.
Let's see. Let's look. Let's look. Let's look.
Texas
Let's
lost
look.
to
Let's
Notre
look.
Dame
Let's
at
look.
Notre
Let's
Dame
look. Let's look.
in
Let's look.
overtime.
They lost to.
So they lost to Notre Dame at home or on the road in overtime, and then they lost to South Carolina twice. But Texas beat Maryland at Maryland.
Yeah.
It beat them by 30. So Texas and Maryland did already play. Texas beat Alabama, beat Oklahoma when they were top 10, beat Tennessee,
Okay. Yeah. They split the season series and then they lost
beat
in the.
Vandy, beat Kentucky,
I know
beat
they lost twice.
LSU.
Yeah. No, they split the season series and then they lost in the SEC tournament. Okay.
Texas has probably one of the best weeks in the entire season of beating South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky, then
Mm-hmm.
LSU. They beat number
Oh
2,
yeah.
number 8, and number 5
I
from
remember that was
Sunday
like
to
a
Sunday.
juggernaut.
Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, they won those 3 games.
Crazy.
And then they beat LSU in the semifinal and lost to South Carolina in the final. But see, that's the thing is like so many of the teams have played each other
Mm-hmm.
that it's hard to gauge which team is better and which team's strength of schedule is better because South Carolina can say, hey, we played this team, this team, this team. So can
Yeah.
UConn, so can Notre Dame, so can Texas, so can USC, so can UCLA. UCLA probably didn't play as
I'll
many
say
non
out of
conference
these
big teams as
teams,
them.
I'll say out of these 14, I mean, all four have had strong schedules. You think about it. Um, I would say South Carolina might have had. They had a tough non-con, not gonna lie. Um, definitely
So my
played
question is,
UConn.
who do you think is the best team in the country today? Going into the tournament, who do you think is the best team in the country?
My heart want to say South Carolina, but my head want to say UCLA.
If you were coaching, who would you want to see the least?
Who would I want to see the least? South Carolina.
Yeah, because of experience.
I would say because of experience, because of how well they're coached.
So Dom.
Yeah. I say Don is a hell of a coach.
So,
Has coach circles around a lot of other
so
people.
do you think they're the
Just
best team
their
in the country more so
intensity.
because of Dawn or the players?
I mean, I think it's a good mix of both. They don't have like a standout player on the team. Uh, Similar to last year, they didn't have like a really big standout player on the team. I mean, they had Camilla, and really the way you got to match Camilla is with size, which a lot of teams didn't have the size to match up with Camilla. Um, so that gave them the advantage there. But outside of that, um, I think they do have some talented players that can be the focal point of their team down the line, like a Malaysia Fawali or like a Joyce Edwards, who are young. Um, you got players like Chloe Kitts who can do it all. You got players like Raven Johnson who come in and she'll have a game at random. Um, got Tessa Johnson who comes off the bench shooting, spraying things. Um, so it's like they're a slightly improved Swiss Army knife than they were from last year. And I think that's what makes them dangerous. Is the fact that you can get a game out of anybody. Whereas I would think for UCLA, you got Lauren Betts, Kiki Rice, you got London Jones, Dougleach, you got Gabby Hawkes. They have a squad similar to South Carolina. I feel where like you can get a game out of anybody, but I feel like they have been limited more at times. Um, Whereas South Carolina, I feel like their defense they're a little more intense defensively in terms of like perimeter defending and getting in lanes. Whereas you got Lauren Betts, who's a paint threat. So yeah, I think you just got more to worry about in terms of South Carolina than you do with UCLA. So my pick is South Carolina.
It's
That
hard
that's a that's
because
that's an unbiased, analytical, statistical opinion.
I think if all these teams are playing at their best, I think there's like I think if all these teams are playing at their absolute best, I would go Notre Dame, UCLA, UConn,
At
because
their best.
I think those teams are more talented, and we seen UConn, and I don't even think that was the best game that UConn could have played. I just think they played way better than South Carolina that day.
Yeah.
But the amount of shots that AZ Flood missed in the first quarter that were wide open that she could have hit, that game, they could have won by 50 for real, for real. Paige didn't even go stupid. Like when I say play their best game, like everybody plays the best possible game that they could have.
Mm-hmm.
What does the best possible game look like for Raven Johnson?
Best
She's
possible game for
absolutely
Raven
locked in
Johnson.
defensively
Yeah.
for sure. But like,
I'm trying to think of a Raven Johnson masterclass. I'm thinking like
I mean,
maybe
those
the
were like
chip game
earlier in her
last year.
career. She definitely had the game against
Like that
Iowa.
chip game last year, yeah,
She definitely turned
is
up.
I think would be her best
And that's
performance in
not
my
to say
opinion.
like they have to score to be
No.
valuable or to play their best game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be if everybody's playing their best, it's going to be hard to keep up with the scoring when how do I want to say this? South Carolina's offense doesn't look as good as other offenses. Like UConn's offense flows.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's when it's working flows.
Yeah.
UCLA's offense can flow, but teams like Texas, like
Yeah.
that offense can get real stagnant, and then you're praying that Madison Booker can make you some mid range shots. But if
A
there's a
tough
great
shot at
defender on her,
that. Not an open shot, it's just a
exactly.
tough shot.
So that's where it comes down to like who do I feel is the most talented, and who do I feel like can have the most answers offensively, and that's why I look at like Notre Dame because of the guard play.
Yeah.
The only thing with them is like the consistency of the post players, and
Mm-hmm.
then because all these teams have a weakness. Like I don't think South Carolina's half court offense is very good, but their defense is great. They get out on fast break. They got a great bench. UConn can be lackadaisical at times. They don't always play to their standard. USC can sometimes play too much into juju,
Yeah.
and then UCLA sometimes doesn't get the ball to Lauren. That's how they lost last year to UCLA or to
Yeah.
LSU.
LSU. Yeah.
Texas offense, they can't shoot the three at all. There's games where they make 1 3, 2 3s. Like, I don't think you're beating these teams with that because I don't think you're going to be able to lock them. You're not going to hold them to 50 or 40 points in the tournament. If they do, I'll come on here and say I'm stupid as hell. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's going to be hard to do to a UConn or a UCLA or a USC to hold or Notre Dame to hold them to 50.
Yeah. No,
That's going to
that's
be
not
hard
happening.
to do.
That's not happening,
It's
bro.
going to be
That's
hard to
not
do,
happening.
and it's going to be hard for them to score 70.
Yeah.
Madison Booker's gonna have to score 30, and Rory Harmon's gonna have to get him like 14, 15. Shea Holly ain't shot the ball well at all this season. She just went 0 for 7 in the championship game. That's your only shooter outside of Madison Booker.
Yep.
And Madison Booker's not spotting up shooting threes. So your
No,
only
she's not that
capable
type
shooter
of
from
type of
outside
scorer.
ain't making shots this year.
Yeah.
So like all these teams are for sure contenders and have a chance to win the championship, they all have fatal flaws that could literally be the reason that they don't win this shit. Notre Dame, Hannah Hidalgo could get too much in her head and fuck the whole thing up for everybody. Like her competitive fire is what's made her her, but it also can hinder her at times. I won't say it's very Westbrook like, but there's been times where it's like, okay, this is the thing that was like messing Westbrook up when he was in his prime. Is like he moves too fast or he takes things too personally. Like it's a good thing sometimes, but you don't need it all the time. And she's got so much talent around her that she has to realize, like, hey, I have Olivia Miles out here who's shooting damn near 50% from three this year. I have Sonya Citron who's always been efficient, who always makes shots, who always makes the right play. I got Maddie Westbell, who is a former ACC Freshman of the Year, who has been at the top of this team, has been the number one option on this team before. Leah Tu King, who's been a number option on another team in the ACC. Um, Liza Carlin, who's been the number one option on a Marquette team. Like, you have hella options. Like, all these teams have flaws. All these teams have crazy strengths. And I cannot wait to see which teams are able to play into their strengths and dial down their weaknesses. Like, people are going to say, hey, we need Paige to do this, do that. Paige needs to be herself.
Yeah.
When the shots are there, take them shots.
Yeah.
Don't force them. But there was a lot of shots that she had at Iowa last year that she didn't take.
Yup.
And then she
Real
had to
passive.
take the last one. Or then when she
Real
was about to
passive.
take the last one, they called that fluke ass moving screen.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started. Yeah. Don't get me started, Reek. Man, this is when I first started the other job, bro. I'd say the whole place was like boo, like God, place was divided. Yeah, cause you got a lot of people from up north down here, so a lot of them was rocking with UConn, and then you got everybody else was watching because they like Caitlin. When that play happened, bro, you just heard everybody just like boo. I was just like, oh, dang, like it's tough.
Yeah. So
But
that's my big preview
yeah,
prequel spill on
to the
that's basically what I said in
madness.
the article for real, for real. But um I honestly don't have a favorite. Like I don't
Mm.
know who I'm gonna have winning in certain matchups. I think matchups play a huge part
Mm-hmm.
in this, which is why I was looking and was like, damn, South Carolina got TCU. Like that's respectfully, that's an easy matchup for them because they only have one real creator.
Right.
Like South Carolina struggles when there's multiple creators or one like crazy creator.
Yeah.
They've seen Haley Van Lith a lot. They know
Yeah.
what they're gonna do against her. Like
Yeah.
once you take the ball out of her hands, who are you worried about? Madison Connor is a shooter. Donovan Hunter averages like 4 points a game. Like she's a defensive player. So it's like, you're asking a lot there. Like, I don't know, man.
Oh
But
no.
some of these other teams, like they're gonna have to play teams that have multiple options. So like that's where it's like you gotta buckle down and get stops and you gotta buckle down and do your part on the offensive end. Like you
Yeah.
can't let the pressure get to you, you can't let the expectations get to you. That shit happens in March.
Yep.
Stanford shouldn't have lost when they lost to Ole Miss. they fucking didn't play physical until the fourth quarter, even though the rest was letting them get away with a lot of fouls.
Mm-hmm.
And it was calling shit on Cam, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh, Cam got
Okay,
fouled. Did
we're
she
not still
foul
salty
out?
about it. She might have. She definitely had a lot of foul trouble. Every
Good.
time she came back in, she's back out with fouls. But yeah, there's gonna be some games where certain players have crazy outings because we've seen it every year, damn near. But like Audie Crooks had a crazy game last year against Stanford. Emily
Oh
Ryan
yeah.
had a crazy game against Stanford. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna see performances like that. It's just like when do we see them? Who are they against? That type of stuff. Like I just want to see the best teams play the best teams. And if there's eight teams that have a real legit chance of winning,
Mm-hmm.
the Elite Eight should be those eight teams. And if TCU, I don't know, man. I guess they would be considered the eighth team. But like, let me see, because I have 7 teams that I feel are contenders, and if LSU is healthy, they're the seventh. But I guess after that, there's like NC State, Duke, TCU. So I guess that would be there, but it's like I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just yapping, but I don't know. I think South Carolina's is going to easily get to the Final Four, having to play or playing against. Well, I guess easily get to the Elite Eight, playing against TCU, but Texas, UConn should be a good one. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot. I guess it could be UCLA, Notre Dame. Like that's the thing. Is like, damn, like UCLA gets Notre Dame, UConn gets or Texas gets UConn, USC you said gets who would it be the two there? Because LSU and Notre Dame are in the same one. USC would get Duke. Is Duke a 2 seed there? Because
Think
they're
let's go back to it. Think Duke was
because they're ranked in the top 6
I
now,
think Duke
top
was a
7
three
now.
seed.
Okay, so they
Let me
was it
see.
USC and NC
Yeah,
State
Duke is a
then?
3 seed and Birmingham won.
Okay, who's USC's number 2 seed?
TCU.
I mean, no, USC.
Oh, South Carolina. Not
No,
South Carolina.
Southern California.
South Carolina. Bro, this is a funny
Literally,
episode off the sake of USC and SC, bro.
literally.
Uh, their second seed is NC State. Third seed is
Okay,
Oklahoma. Fourth seed is Ole Miss. Fifth is Kansas State.
okay. So it would be UCLA, Notre Dame. This is if they play the CC. UCLA would have to play Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Texas would have to play UConn. USC would have to play NC State, who went to the Final Four last year, and then South Carolina gets TCU.
So you just pick them 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
No, I'm just saying if that is the case.
Oh, if that's the case, the top 8 teams.
I don't think that's what actually happens. I feel
No,
like TCU might lose before they get to South Carolina.
I think TCU
But
might lose to Duke.
yeah, it'll probably be Duke, South Carolina. But again, how many times we need to see South Carolina put belt to ass on Duke and North Carolina?
Like you mentioned earlier, yeah.
So it's like they get into that motherfucker. But like that's also a testament to South Carolina to just like they're just that good to where like when they play these teams, like I always say, or like I've been saying for most of the season, a lot of these games they win before the game is even tipped off.
Yeah,
It's a mental game when you play South Carolina.
yeah.
Just as much as it's physical, it's a mental game. If you don't feel like you're gonna win going into the game, you gonna shoot around like, damn, we played in South
Don't even
Carolina,
suit
baby.
up.
Damn.
That's what
And
my
they
dad
all
used to
do.
tell us. My dad was like, "Do
And they
not
all
lose."
do.
My dad used to be like, "Yo, do not lose the ball at jump ball. I mean, do not lose a game at jump ball." He was like,
And they
"Bro,
all do.
He's like,
Not
don't waste
all,
my
but
time.
a
I
lot
ain't
of
gonna
them.
waste your time. Do not lose a game by jump ball. I don't care who on beside. Play like you gonna win. Play to win.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They
somebody
be
seems
like
to be
that.
losing the ball. I mean, not losing the ball, losing the game at TSA. They lose the game. They lose the game buying a ticket
They
to
lose the
travel.
game when the bracket come out. Damn.
That's what I'm saying,
We might as
bro.
well not even. We might as well not even beat them and go all the way out there for no reason.
Mom, dad, stay at the crib. Y'all can watch. Y'all can watch
Because
it from the crib.
because think about it. We've been around athletes our entire lives. We're athletes. You
Yeah.
know, like you know when you feel like, or somebody feels like they about to play a team they can't beat. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what they may not say it in a locker room, but once the players get to their dorm rooms with their separate like teammates and shit, they're like, bro, we are not beating them.
We've
That's what the
seen
conversation gonna
TikToks.
be.
We've seen TikToks of girls literally telling us some. Damn, I got a
The girl
guard.
from
I got
Alabama.
guard Paige Beckers tomorrow. I don't know whether to be excited or be up late nervous. Like
Yeah. Like they know they're not winning.
they know
Now
E's about to
I'm
cook
not saying
them.
that Duke. I'm not saying that Duke is like that
No,
because
no,
I
no,
feel like
no. By any means,
those
no.
players feel like they have a chance, and I think this version of Duke would give South Carolina their best possibility of beating them.
Yes.
But we've seen this iteration so many times that it's like, what can Duke throw at South Carolina that they haven't seen Duke throw at them yet? That's the question.
Come on, they better
Because
run this.
UConn has struggled against South Carolina because they have been unhealthy.
Yup.
That was
And
the
they got a
first time
fully
that South
loaded,
Carolina
healthy
has seen
team, and it was
Paige.
belt to
It's the first time they've
ass.
seen Paige, AZ, and Sarah Strong at the same time.
Yeah, ain't much you
But
can
then
do
it
about that.
wasn't even. Then it wasn't even Paige at first. It wasn't AZ at first. It was Ashlyn Shade to hit 3,
Yup.
and then AZ Flood came in there, fa fa fa
Loaded
fa
that
fa,
second half.
because they were so worried about Sarah Strong. They were worried about Paige. That's when the others stepped up, and that is how you win in March. Yes, you need your best player to step up, but you need the Kate Martins to knock down 4 or 5 threes any given night to win the motherfucking chip. You
Yes.
need Jasmine Carson to knock down 7 threes in the first half to win a chip.
Yes.
Who is that player going to be this year? We don't know yet. Tessa Johnson, 19 in the championship last year. You need that to win a chip.
Yeah.
Who is it going to be this year?
The world may never know, but Lord knows.
Shout out Meek Mill.
Yeah. Shout out Drake too. Drake, Lord knows the stuff too.
Shout out. Yeah, shout out Meek. No,
Shout out Meek, shout out Drake, shout out Rick Ross.
no, we're not shouting out Ross.
Yeah, shout out Rick Ross. He had a crazy verse
No,
in that song.
I don't care.
I'm talking about the song itself. I can separate the art from the artist.
I don't care. He don't rock with Drake after Drake gave him all them hits. Pause. So we not.
So you OVO, you Hoodie OVO? OVO
When it
Hoodie?
comes to the people that he helped put on, and now they all of a sudden just they don't rock with
You
dude out of nowhere.
saying Drake put on Rick Ross? You
You know
saying
what I'm
Drake
saying?
put on Ricky Rose?
You know what I'm saying.
You saying Drake put on Rick Ross of all people?
I said help put on.
Help put on.
Help put on.
Every day I'm hustling came out before any of Drake's biggest hits.
Okay, and he had one motherfucking hit.
No, he didn't. You can say
Bruh.
DJ Khaled put Rick Ross
So
on.
you mean no.
DJ Khaled helped put Rick Ross on, but you
So
can't
you
say
mean it? So,
Drake. You can't say that. You can't say Drake. No,
so
I'm
you
not.
mean to tell me?
No.
Can I ask a question? So you mean to tell me? If Drake and Rick Ross had done no songs from 2009 to now, Rick Ross would be the star that he is right now?
I would say
No.
maybe. No. I'll say maybe.
No.
Let's go through it. Let's talk about the songs. Let's talk about the songs they've done together. You got Diced Pineapples.
Fancy.
He's not on Fancy. That's T.I.
Why did I think he was on there?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think he was on there?
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Really?
Anyways, let's run through the Drake and Rick Ross songs. Let's run through the
top songs on Rick Ross's thing.
Okay, hold on. Let's run through the
First three,
Drake.
Drake.
All right. But let's run through the Drake and Rick Ross songs. You got Diced Pineapples. He's on the hook. Call me crazy, at least she's calling. Feeling better
Yeah,
right now.
I know. That's my jam.
For the ones that don't
Yeah,
know it though. So you got Drake, Rick Ross, Diced Pineapples. You got Stay Scheming, where he stole the show on. It bothers me when the guards acting like the broads.
Who stole it? Who stole the show?
Drake
Oh, on whose song?
on Rick Ross song.
Oh, okay, just
That's
curious.
another song. Stay Scheming.
Mm-hmm.
What's another song they got together? Lord Knows, that's a Drake song.
That's in 2012, by the way. Stay Scheming.
Stay Scheming, okay. Yeah, Lord Knows, that's a Drake song. That's like an album cut off of Take Care. It's not really a single, but it's still a great song.
Yeah, it's on the deluxe version. I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to think of
what I'm seeing from this.
You got No New Friends. You got No New Friends. That's
all I'm seeing
the
from
Rick.
this.
I'm not Rick Ross. That's a DJ Khaled song. But you got Drake and Rick Ross on the same song together. Got Pop That. That's a French Montana song. Drake and Rick Ross on that song together.
Have you said any song that's just Rick Ross yet?
We're talking no, because the subject is Drake and Rick Ross here. We're talking about songs.
Name me 5 hits that's just Rick Ross.
That's just Rick Ross. I don't
only Rick Ross.
Only Rick Ross.
He don't got none.
You guys, Every Day I'm Hustling.
That's one.
That's one. That's his breakout hit, standout hit. Trying to think. No, that's me.
He ain't got none.
I'll say all the other Rick Ross hits is like him with somebody. Him with somebody.
Play with me.
Calm down.
Why are we acting like Rick Ross? Why are we acting like Rick Ross would be Rick Ross without Drake? He would not be Rick Ross.
Rick Ross is still
he'd be just another dude.
No, he's not just another dude. Rick Ross is
he would be just another dude.
Rick Ross is a hard rapper, bro. Rick Ross is tough.
He would.
Rick Ross is
I didn't say he was trash. I said he would not be the same dude.
Rick Ross is Rick Ross, though.
No, he's not.
Rick Ross is Rick Ross. He's not Rick Ross because of Drake. No. He's Rick Ross because Rick Ross has delivered on songs with other people or delivered on songs of his own. Because that's why he's Rick Ross. Rick Ross is known for being Rick Ross.
And he delivers on whose songs?
On either his songs or somebody else's song. Or a song that he's featured on whatever song. On any song that he gets on, Rick Ross delivers.
Let me just.
Rick Ross delivered on Freddie Gibbs' album. Rick Ross delivered on plenty of DJ Khaled albums. Rick Ross delivered on Kanye album, Devil in a New Dress. Rick Ross delivered on Jay-Z album. Yeah, Jay-Z album.
Nobody trying to hear that.
What you mean?
Let me go down this list.
Go down the list. Go down the list.
These are top songs from Rick Ross. Top songs.
For
Money in the Grave. Money in the Grave. Who's that with?
That's Drake featuring Rick Ross.
Oh, okay. Aston Martin Music. Who's that with?
That's
Drake.
Drake.
I'm on one. Who's that with?
Drake. That's DJ Khaled.
I'm on one. Who's that with?
That's a DJ Khaled song.
Who's that with? Who was that with?
Drake, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross.
Oh, okay. New Flame.
That's Chris Brown. That's Chris Brown.
That's one of the biggest artists in the world. Okay.
Who he called to get on this? Rick Ross.
Everyday Hustle. Got on there with Future and was talking stupid.
That's Future's song. Okay, yeah.
Do You Mind? Chris Brown. Again. Stay Scheming. Drake. Devil in a New Dress. Kanye West.
Yeah. I told you that.
First single. Hustling. First single. Stop.
Him.
You ain't even know.
Him.
Not even his.
You ain't know that's Future.
Monster.
Where
Monster.
He said Reebok, all he just do it.
Monster. Kanye.
That's
Jay-Z.
Kanye, Jay-Z. Nicki Minaj.
Lord knows.
Drake. Knows. That's Drake feature. That's a feature.
All I do is win. Yeah, we skipping that.
That's a feature.
John. Lil Wayne. Diced Pineapples. Wale. Drake. You Only Live Twice. Lil Wayne. Drake. Blowing Money Fast. Who that?
That's him. Styles P.
Oh, okay. Just curious. Lemon Pepper Freestyle. Who that?
That's Drake featuring Rick Ross.
Okay. That Way. Wale. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Why you say like
Take It to the Head. Chris Brown.
That's a DJ Khaled song.
Come on. Yeah, that's Chris Brown. Come on now.
It's a DJ Khaled song.
When you sing that song, who you think of?
It's a DJ Khaled song.
Who you think of? I don't care who the song is.
I don't care who name is on it.
I don't care who name is on it.
Oh my gosh, it's a DJ Khaled song.
When you say Take It to the Head, you don't say it.
It's a DJ Khaled song.
Another one. You don't say that stupid shit.
You know what I say when I sing that song.
I know damn well you don't say that.
Anyways, man, point is, man, Rick Ross is a hell of an artist on his own, and he has delivered on
Rap,
many, and he had delivered,
man.
he had delivered on many of features in his lifetime
No,
as an
no
artist. He is,
features with
he is
motherfucking
the
Drake.
okay,
Stop
but I'm
playing
saying
with
he's
me, bro.
delivered on features, not just with Drake,
Stop
but with
playing with
Lil
me,
Wayne,
bro.
Jay-Z.
Exactly. Again,
Wait,
features.
wait,
So he going. So he talking shit about people that put him on.
no, not necessarily put him on
He'd
because
have
you
a
got,
lot less money if it wasn't for Drake. Let's keep it a buck.
you can say that, sure.
Okay then. So why is he trying to go at bro like, oh, he can't say nigga, he's light skinned, he's light skinned. Now all of a sudden you don't like bro
That's a
when
rap
he helped you make
beef.
hella money since 2009?
That's a rap beef.
And he was not in the beef. What did he have to do with it?
He wasn't in the
He
beef.
just wanted. If you wanted
The
a
other
big beef,
three
just go
guys
to
were in the
Chicago and
beef
get one.
either.
If you wanted a big beef, go to Chicago and get one.
Man,
You
that man,
had nothing to do with that. He had
that
nothing to
man,
do with that.
that man on a bunch of wing stocks. He could have got a bunch of beef.
Ain't nobody asked him about nothing. All of a
A
sudden, Rick
lot of
Ross,
people
yeah, I'm
jumped
in this
into
too.
it. A lot of people jumped
And for
into it.
what? And
For
for what?
what? I don't know. They all had their reasons.
And all of them, what? Made money with Drake, right? Oh, all right.
Yes, a
Yeah, all
lot of
right.
people in the industry made money with Drake.
Oh, okay. That's all I'm trying to figure out. But all of a sudden, one person say, oh, we don't rock with bro. You like, yeah, we don't either. Even though we kept making money with this dude for 10, 15 years, I ain't never really rock with bro. But I was going, he was one of the biggest stars in the game. So I'm gonna get on that song with him. Cause he get on the song, that shit a hit. Sound like a bunch of phony shit to me. So yeah, bro can stay on that side. We not worried about none of that shit. Go eat some fucking pineapples or something.
Shout out to all the pair.
That shit too.
How we even get to this point? We was talking about South Carolina.
No, we wasn't. We was talking about something else.
Well, we were talking about the whatchamacallits, the bracketology, and then we got.
Well, yeah, we was talking about that originally. I don't know how we got to
I don't
Drake.
know how we got to Drake.
You said something about.
Because we were talking about
You said
impact
something about Rick
players.
Ross or something. You said something about Rick Ross.
We were
Hell
talking
no.
about we were talking about impact players. Because we were talking about how like who's gonna be that person to step up, yada yada whatever.
Yeah, but we didn't go in depth.
And
on
then
that
I
like
said,
I don't remember.
oh, cause I said Lord knows. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
And I was like,
and we
shout out Meek Mill, and you was like, oh, Rick Ross too.
I said shout out Drake and Rick Ross.
You know what? That little thumbs up emoji, they should have put this up instead.
I'm sorry, I'll screenshot that. That's going to the next up. That's going to your next up. Oh man, we've been locking on memes. We got plenty of memes out of this episode, man. Anyways, man, unrivaled playoffs are on the horizon as well. Got the semifinals, top 4 teams. Lunar Owls is picking up steam. He said they're gonna run the table.
Picking up steam.
I guess I don't know. I'm about to say you was doing this, so I'm thinking they're picking up steam or something. I don't know.
So run it up. Run that shit up.
The Rose are picking up steam.
Hey, Stewie made it? Stewie made the playoffs? Hell no.
No. Who's in the playoffs? Right. It's what? Lunar Owls.
Rose, Lunar Hours, Vinyl, and what's the other one? It's a pink team, I think, or something like that. Rose, Vinyl, Laces.
Oh, Laces, yeah.
Rose, Vinyl, Laces, Lunar, and then Lunar House.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn me up.
Phantom had a disappointing season, it seems like. I didn't really watch too much, but I saw the standings. I was like, damn.
Because Sabrina missed some games because she has some other.
I see Sabrina in Manila right now.
Engagements, and then Marina didn't play until like a week ago, maybe a week
cooking
and a half, 2 weeks ago.
All break.
Well, she was hurt,
chefing it up.
So she. But yeah. So the first game is Laces and Rose, and then we got Vinyl Owls.
And when is that?
Winners face each other. That is on March 16th, Sunday at 7:30.
Ooh.
Laces Rose, 8:30. Vinyl Lunar Hours. Lunar Owls, March 17th, Monday night, 7:30. The
Oh, St.
championship
Patty's
game.
Day.
Just know he gonna be in that shit. Stop
Word.
playing with me.
Word.
She gonna get the chip here, and then
Uh-huh.
she gonna run that shit back in the W.
Got
She
it.
still should be a fucking champion.
I agree.
You about to
We got in this. We got in
you
this.
better be crashed out, bro. You better be crashed out.
Anyways, man, regardless of what happens this March, we'll be here to break it all down here on Multiplicity Media.
Why you in this like it's the sleepers? Like it's the sleepers
I don't know. I'm just in that mode.
video.
I'm in my host.
Either way, we gonna be here at the.
Either way,
never said that at the end of this shit.
Either way, we are a go-to source for this tournament and for here on out because we're the Hoodie and the Headband. We do this
The
on a
go-to
weekly basis.
source.
The go-to source. Come on now, tell them. Anyways, man.
There's only one.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Till next week. Oh, we got a fun episode for y'all next week. We got some guests. Got the homies coming through to fill out some brackets. So yeah. But thank y'all for tuning in.